It is your Module 2 session of chapter number 14, Our Environment. The learning outcomes of today's session of Module 2, such as why need to manage waste. This is the main topic of today's discussion. And how to manage the non-biodegradable wastage and how to manage the biodegradable waste. The word management refers to proper strategy or taking proper steps to mitigate the generation of wastes in the environment. Or in order to generate less amount of waste in the environment by taking the strategy of 3 R's, such as R means reuse, recycle and reduce or reduction of using the waste. There are different reasons for generation of waste in our environment. One of the most important factor is by filling the garbage or wastes in the plastic bags and throwing finally these bags either on the roads or other places like the garbage dumps. And as a result, we will face two kinds of problems, and these problems are mainly concerned with the generation of biodegradable wastes, mainly including also the non-biodegradable wastes. The generation of non-biodegradable wastes are more serious than the generation of the biodegradable wastes in our environment. There are different reasons for generation of such wastes in our environment, such as number 1, we should manage or handle the generation of wastes, mainly the non-biodegradable waste in the environment. And the reasons for behind this: number 1, to avoid the death of any stray animals, because the stray animals always look for food in the garbage bags and sometimes they swallow the bags, and this may result the death of that stray animals. Second one is, in order to avoid the blockage or stoppage in the sewage system and as well as in the drains. As we know, by throwing the plastic bags in the environment, they finally enter in the system of draining system as well as in the sewerage system. And finally, or as a result, these drain systems or sewerage systems get choked or blocked, and it in turn generates the another problem, that is water lagging on the road. And to avoid such kind of situation, we should manage or handle the generation of mainly the non-biodegradable waste in the environment. The another reason for the management of waste is, as we know, the generation of waste results or leads to aesthetically unpleasant situation or scene around us. And not only for that, it is also harmful for our environment. Considering these three different types of reasons, we should manage or handle the generation of mainly the non-biodegradable waste in the environment. Therefore, it is advisable for us that we should dispose of and manage the waste properly so that it may not pose any threat or any risks to the living organisms and the environment. This is the question of how to manage or how to handle the generation of biodegradable waste in the environment. Before discussing the different process of managing or handling the biodegradable waste in the environment, we should know first what are the biodegradable wastes meant for us. Mainly the biodegradable wastes are the organic, unused, thrown, discarded substances, and it should be noted down that they are mainly organic in nature. And each and every organic product known as the biodegradable waste, on degradation, or we can say on decomposition, they become the part of soil. And they finally get converted into the soil and never harm the environment. These are the three mentioned process or steps, we can say in another word, for handling or for managing the generation of biodegradable waste in the environment. Number one is composting, second one is vermicomposting, and final one is the biogas. Composting, it is the process of decomposing those organic substances in the presence of decomposers like bacteria and fungi. That means composting, it is done by the action of the decomposers like fungi and the bacteria. In this process, mainly the vegetable and the fruits, egg cells, paper, jute products, hair, etc., this kind of organic substances are mainly converted into the compost in the deep pits. This is the diagram of composting the organic substances in the pit, and this is done, or this action is done by the decomposer such as fungi or the bacteria. The another step or process of mitigating the biodegradable waste generation is the vermicomposting process. This is the diagram of the vermicomposting, and it is the action mainly done by the presence of earthworms, red earthworms. This is also the process of handling the biodegradable waste in the environment, and this process is involved mainly the red earthworms instead of the fungi and the bacteria. It should be noted down clearly that composting, it is the process and it is done by the action of decomposers such as fungi and bacteria, but the vermicomposting is the process which is involved by the action of the red earthworms instead of fungi and bacteria. Clear? This is the main difference between the vermicomposting and the composting. And through this process, the organic wastes are broken down by these red earthworms into the soil like material. And this soil like material is called the vermicompost. Clearly, we can easily understand that through the process of composting and the vermicomposting, the organic biodegradable wastes are converted or broken down into the material of soil. And this soil is known as either the compost or the vermicompost. Now, there are different uses of such kind of compost or the vermicompost. They are mainly, as we know, are highly nutrient rich substances, and that's why they are mainly used in cultivation. Number one. Number two is in order to increase the fertility of the soil. And number three is also acting as a manure. These are the different three uses of using the vermicompost or the compost. And we know that the fertile soil, due to the presence of vermicompost or the compost substances, helps the plants to grow very well. Now, the last process or step of mitigating the biodegradable wastes production or generation in the environment is the production of the biogas. This is mainly done in the biogas plant, and here the raw material is cow or buffalo dung. This is the organic substances that get decomposed in the biogas plant and produce the biogas. In these bioplants, not only the cow dung but also the other agricultural related remains are also used in order to produce the biogas in the biogas plant. It is very important to know that what is the main constituent of this biogas. The answer is methane is the main component or constituent of the biogas. And methane acts as an excellent fuel to generate the energy. It is very important to know. Note it down. Now the another question is how to mitigate the generation of non-biodegradable wastes in the environment. Regarding the biodegradable waste, we can say that these non-biodegradable wastes are mainly non-organic in nature, and mainly these are responsible for environmental pollution, mainly the water pollution, soil pollution also, and it plays the important role in the environmental pollution. Therefore, it is always advised or instructed that we should mitigate properly or handle properly the generation of non-biodegradable waste in the environment, because these are, or the non-biodegradable wastes are mainly the serious risk factor for the environment. To generate less amount of waste, mainly the non-biodegradable waste, we should take the strategy of 3 R's. Once again I repeat, to generate less amount of non-biodegradable waste in the environment, we should consider the strategy of 3 R's. First R means reduction of uses of such non-biodegradable waste in the environment. Another R is reuse of such non-biodegradable wastes in the environment. And the final, the recycle. The meaning of 3 R's: first R is reduce or reduction in the production of non-biodegradable waste. Second R is reuse of the non-biodegradable waste. And final R is the recycling of the non-biodegradable waste. Clear? Through these 3 different steps, such as reduction in the production of the non-biodegradable waste, reuse of the non-biodegradable waste, and the recycling of the non-biodegradable waste, we can easily mitigate or handle or manage the generation of the non-biodegradable waste in the environment. Now, how to manage or handle the non-biodegradable waste by the process of reduction? It is the process should be adopted by us in order to generate less amount of non-biodegradable waste in the environment. Because it promotes the less consumption and the low waste production. For example, we can avoid using the plastic bags, and we can promote the using of the paper bag or the silk bag or the different eco-friendly substances. And we may also avoid the using of the disposable plastic items. This is the first R, known as reduction or reduce in the generation of the non-biodegradable waste. Now the second R is reuse. We can take this strategy also because it helps to generate the sense of reusing the produced non-biodegradable waste in the environment, which are mainly no longer in requirement or in use. For example, we can use the empty jam container to keep the pickles or the spices, etc. The third R is the recycling of the non-biodegradable waste, and it is done mainly by the production of the new products or the substances from the old, discarded, unused, unwanted products, such as we can reuse the glass, the plastics, the metals, etc. by the process of recycling. Clear? And this process enhances the reuses of already produced non-biodegradable waste in the environment. And in order to achieve this recycling process, we have to do one thing, that is the separation of the wastes in our household before discarding them. And how? The answer is, after separating, we have to collect these materials and sell to the vendors. And for the vendors will sell these non-biodegradable items or wastes to the different factories for recycling them. Clear? Now we can recycle the paper, the glass, the plastic, and the metals. For the case of recycling of paper, it not only saves the many trees, but also it helps to generate the reusable products in the environment. As we know, in order to produce the paper, many trees are cut down to produce the paper, and it promotes the deforestation. Therefore, recycling of paper encourages the afforestation process of the environment, and it saves the lives of trees in number. Now the recycling of glass, the broken and the discarded glass should be delivered to the factories by the vendor, and in these factories mainly this discarded glass is melted on a high temperature and produce the new products of glasses. And the process of recycling plastic, the discarded and the unwanted plastics mainly used in the factory at the certain temperature, and first they are converted into the pellets, and these pellets of plastics are then used to make the new products of the plastics such as buckets, bags, table, chair, etc. We can also recycle the metals in the factories also, and to recycle these metals, the waste metals are to be sold to the scrap dealers so that they can supply these metals to the factories where it is melted at high temperature to make new products of the metals. This is the completion of your chapter. You are all advised to read thoroughly this chapter, chapter number 14, our environment. This is the first chapter of your second term examination. Thanks for watching.